Hello, everyone. Dr. Sue here. Welcome to the Short Answer. What we are doing here is a wonderful 3 days in a small group treatment intensive that we have people from all over the country together, and we are here in the middle of the holidays and coming to you with part of what we do every month as part of the contribution to our viewership is the short answer and the masterclass. So the masterclass will be following this, and if you're not a member in the gold membership and have access to the masterclass, you might want to consider doing that this time, because we have a pretty juicy conversation that's been happening today that we're going to continue with right now in the short answer, but we're going to dive deeply into it in all kinds of ways as we go into the masterclass this time. So there should be a button on the screen in right below where you're viewing this that will put you into contact of how to plug in to the masterclass as well. So this is Gracie, and she is going to give me all the answers for the masterclass. So it's going to be quite profound. So you can rest assured that there's tremendous wisdom coming to you from Gracie. Okay? So what I want to go into today for our short answer is this idea that the most important relationship in your life is the relationship that you have with the way things go. And during this holy day time of the year, you have a tremendous opportunity to come into a better resonance with the way things go. Why? Because usually during the holidays, there are quite a few things that go in a way differently than you would really like them to be going. You know, there are more crowds, there's more traffic, you're being placed back into family dynamics and situations that are revealing to you all kinds of unresolvedness. And so there's a real tendency for contraction or resistance or hesitancy, all of which is not necessary. And it's necessary, right? Right up until it's not. So what we want to do is find and have access to the part of us that can start to soften, that can start to just sneeze it off, that can start to allow a transformation to occur in every relationship in our lives. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about how it happens that we have an easy time with the way things go, or how we have a difficult time with the way things go. And it all starts in a relationship that is within your own system. And so, in other words, if we have a good connection between our own consciousness and our subconsciousness, if our conscious mind and our subconscious mind have a good relationship going, if they're in good communion with each other, in good communication with each other, then we have an opportunity, we have an ability to be at peace. It is actually the information that is locked at a subconscious level that has not been accessed, has not been addressed, that causes friction inside of us. And that has to be outpictured into our lives as friction in a relationship, or friction in a family dynamic, or friction with time or space or crowds or what have you. So we're going to just keep going back further and further and further until we land in a place of true responsible stewardship, which allows you freedom. When we start to own the power that we possess as individuals in determining the meaning that we assign to the things that occur in life, we begin to start to experience ourselves as the true creator that we are. And so what I want to tap into in this moment is, how do we start to work with the relationship between our own consciousness and our subconsciousness? How do we actively take a role in making sure that relationship is improving, that it's getting better, that things are changing, that I know that the way that I'm operating and the things that I'm paying attention to are literally going to be contributing to a better life for myself, right? So first of all, Miss Gracie is going to go gather do some research for us for the master class. So she'll be back. All right, Miss Gracie, go to it. And And then what we're going to have to do is to realize that there are certain ways of being that if I will just attune myself and align myself with that, it will improve my experience of relationships in the outer world. And the work has to be done in the inner world. It has to be done on the inside, because the whole of creation, based on quantum science, is showing us that the outer world is merely a reflection of your own consciousness. And the degree to which your subconscious, that which resides below the level of consciousness in your life, the degree of that information that actually rolls up to your consciousness will ultimately determine how many different kinds of situations you can be in and still feel free. How many different types of dynamics can occur and you still feel loved? How many different ways the partners or the parents or the children or the bosses or the neighbors, how many different ways they can behave and you still feel fantastically blessed to be in this life and in those relationships and have all of this unfolding. So if that seems kind of amazing and impossible to truly be a blessing, then let's just talk a little bit about this. Your subconscious is the part of you that you have not yet mastered. You haven't yet shined the light of your own consciousness on it, and so it remains receded, hidden. Now, much of that is just there waiting to be birthed. Some of it has been suppressed there because of situations that you didn't know how to handle when you were a kid, and so you just stuck it in a pocket and decided I'll get back to that later, and then you went on about life. All of it is driving your life. All of it is pushing you in the directions that it is pushing you for this reason. Your destiny is to awaken to all of your beauty, all of your brilliance, all of your magnificence. And if you've been outrunning or dodging certain aspects of life, you've actually been outrunning and dodging certain aspects of your own wholeness. So if there was a relationship, a situation, a circumstance that you didn't like how it went, so you just went this other direction. And then you went this direction long enough that you ran into some other things that you didn't like so much, that didn't go your way, and so you shifted direction again. What's happening is we're creating all kinds of bypasses that are ultimately creating a wobble in the flow of energy in our lives. And that wobble ends up contributing to our ultimate instability, unhappiness, lack of self-healing, and a general overall sense that I am smaller than I really am, that I'm not worthy, that I'm not strong, that I'm not clear, that I can't return to robust health and vitality in my life. It just creates all kinds of illusions. So here's what to remember. You, in the relationship, you are representing your own conscious mind. It's the stuff that you know about you. It's the stuff that you like about you. It's the part of the protective or performing personality that has gotten established in the course of your life. It gets you by, it gets you through, and it works right up until you hit this wall and a relationship in your life seems to be causing you pain. What I want you to get is that the other person in that relationship represents your subconscious. So the ways that you want to begin to love and embrace your own subconscious are going to be demonstrated to you by you learning how to be loving and compassionate and understanding and forthcoming and leading with love in your outer relationships. The outer relationships are a reflection of your own inner relationship between the conscious and the subconscious. So if I want a better relationship in my inner world between my conscious and my subconscious, so that I'm no longer being driven by these subconscious desires to be fulfilled, or these subconscious grievances that have been shoved underneath the rug, if I no longer want to be, driven by that in life and I want to be free, then I have to improve this relationship between the conscious and the subconscious in my own inner world. And the beauty of life on earth is that it is providing you a mirror. It is reflecting back to you exactly how that works, exactly how much the self-love is occurring, the love vibration is there, the exact amount of compassion that is there between your own conscious mind and your subconscious is being reflected in your external relationship. So, likewise, you can flip it over and say, I can do the work in the outer relationship, and I know that whatever it takes for me to get to love and compassion and coming forth with information that could improve relationships and being vulnerable and revealing and admitting and surrendering and softening and melting in the presence of possible love and allowing love to manifest, the amount that I'm willing to do that in the outer world has this healing effect in the inner world. Whatever it takes for me to reach that state of love and compassion and giving and sharing and vulnerability and availability in the outer world is exactly what I am looking to know and to own and to feel and to celebrate within my own inner world. And as one begins to feed the other, it in turn begins to feed back the other direction. And the next thing you know, the consciousness and the subconsciousness are in better rapport with one another. And when that rapport is there, you feel settled. You feel blessed. You feel loved when there is not necessarily any externally driven motivation for feeling particularly more loved or more calm or more peaceful or more powerful. It comes because it's your true nature that's able to reveal. So we're going to dig in with some Q&A about all of that and have an amazing conversation about this ultimate relationship. Number one is the perfect relationship represented by you having a good relationship with the way things go in your life. And that becomes easier when you recognize that the way things are going in the outer world is revealing to you how to heal the inner world, how to bring the personality and the soulful self back together so that there is a unification happening in your life and that you get to experience the unifying quality of love no matter what. So we're about to dive into that in just a few moments. So click on the button below and register to participate in the masterclass so that we can deepen our conversation and plug into that which matters most, right? So have a blessed holiday, and I'll see you in just a few moments for those of you that are plugging in with us for the masterclass. So blessings and namaste.